Alright, happy Independence Day if you're celebrating that in the US. I thought I'd put out an Instagram story video titled Happy Financial Independence Day. And really what spurred this video on was I got a message following a video I put out on YouTube regarding a membership for our syndicate service, and it's $1 for a month. And the question was, well, how much is it after that if I want to continue? And I explained to the guy that the importance of knowledge, following my last video. You know, it's important you invest in your knowledge first before you're able to go on and generate an income. And the question that he put was, what about people like me who are on minimum wage and can't afford to outlay for a membership service to increase my knowledge? So I thought I'd put out a video because it was this is spurred on by a few things really. It was that comment that I got, and also in the news this week, Mel B has you know, an estimated $38 million, and she's blown it all basically. She's not managed to keep hold of much of it, and she's in the paper for financial difficulties with a £38 million wealth portfolio, and it's gone. So I thought I'd put out this quick video because if you are on a minimum wage, or you're on a very low income, and you know you don't have much money to your name, the chances are, you know, it's purely down to the fact that you haven't provided enough value to the marketplace. Whether you're in a job, you're employed, you're self-employed, you're a salesman, you know, whatever it is, you're a construction worker, a baker, whatever your job or your role might be, it's simply that you get fair exchange for your services. And if you've got a very low income, or you don't have much money, the chances are you haven't delivered enough value to the marketplace. And there's a very simple formula to double your income. You might have seen this in books like Tony Robbins, or you know, Tony Robbins' Money Master the Game. I think he mentions this formula, but it's a very simple formula to double your income, and it goes like this. So it's a DRIF formula divided by 1200. DRIF divided by 1200 is your monthly income. Okay, so I'm going to go through it quickly now. The D is a percentage figure. It's the difference you can make in someone's life. If you enhance someone's life by a greater amount, you can charge more for that. Then it goes to R. The R is the amount of people you can reach. The amount of people you can reach more people, earn more money. Then the I stands for income. If you go and reach more people with a higher income and you enhance their lives by a greater amount, you can charge much more for that and still get paid for fair exchange. And then lastly, the F is frequency. How frequent do you serve people? Serve people more and you'll generate a bigger income. And this is a formula that you can apply to any business, whether you're a salesman, you work in a hair salon, you're in a corporate business, an employee of a massive corporation. If you apply this to your day-to-day business, you will generate more income. So make more of a difference in people's lives, reach more people, reach people with higher incomes, and serve them more frequently, and that will generate you a much bigger income. Now there's a problem at the moment because everyone seems to want to become an entrepreneur, and the entrepreneur piece, you know, you see it in everyone's social media tagline and bio. You need to understand that entrepreneur is just a side effect. It's not something that you aim to become, it's a side effect of what you're doing. You know, I ran a business it was around about 8 or 9 years. I generated tens of millions of pounds through that business over those years, and people started to tell me then, you're very entrepreneurial, you're very entrepreneurial. And it was only then, 9 years in, that I thought, maybe I am. You know, and someone would say, yeah, you're very, very entrepreneurial guy. Well, maybe I am. And it was a side effect. It was something I'd become because of a service that I was delivering. So when you see entrepreneur and you see these entrepreneurs on YouTube and Instagram, you see all the stuff they've got and the life they lead, it's not something you can just, you can absolutely become an entrepreneur, but it's not the aim. That's a side effect of the services you're selling, or you're giving, or you've created to enhance people's lives and serve them more frequently, and reach a greater audience. Now once you do that and you concentrate on the process, and you love what you're doing, and you've created a product, or you're serving more people, or you've applied that formula at work, you can start to generate more income. And that's when you can start siphoning off parts of your income into investments, knowledge, learning how to trade, for instance, which we do a very good job of. And then you can start to build up your equity and build up a passive income or a semi-passive income. And the reason that Mel B has blown all her money is because you hear this all the time. Lottery winners do the same. They get money, they feel they've got to spend it. They want to spend their money. The only reason they think they want money is so they can spend it, so they want to get rid of it. And it comes down to not being educated on money and how to spend it and how to use it. So that brings us on to the next point, which I just want to reinforce, that financial independence is a simple formula as well. It's not something where you have to have millions and millions of pounds. You could have a net worth of 10 million pounds and still struggle financially every day. If you've got 10 million pounds worth of estate and you're renting all those properties out, or you've got tenants in all of those properties, you've got no money, you've got no capital to feed your empire. You have to hope that they're all coming in and renting those properties. All the money's tied up in the business, all the money's tied up in the properties, and you could be struggling just as much as the person earning $1,000 a month. Now financial independence is a very simple formula. It is your assets. So if you went and sold everything you own, so your watch, your car, all of your jewelry, stocks, bonds, any investments you've got, and you put that on the table, those are your assets. All right, so you get your assets and you divide them by your expenses, so your monthly living expenses minus your passive income or your semi-passive income. So you take your assets and you divide that by your expenses, so your monthly living expenses minus your income, your semi-passive or passive income. So the purpose of the formula is to calculate your wealth, your financial independence, your wealth. Wealth is measured in time, it's not measured in money. So if you take your assets, say your assets are £5,000 after you've sold everything and cleared everything out, you've got 5 grand. You divide that by your expenses minus your passive income or semi-passive income. Now your passive income is an income that you can generate from not having to have your body physically at a place of work. Money is coming in where you can generate an income without having to actually be somewhere, or you're there part-time. Ways of generating passive income, maybe lots of you guys are generating an online course, some of you guys sell products online, some of you guys have property and you rent the property out and you're getting an income that way. So let's calculate how much time, how much wealth you've got, and this is what really matters. The net worth doesn't matter. The net worth, you could be, like I say, multi-millionaire and skint. You could be broke, okay? You could have no money. So let's calculate the wealth formula, the financial independence formula, seeing as it's Independence Day. So you take your assets, you divide them by your expenses minus your passive or semi-passive income. Now, say your living expenses are £4,000 or $4,000 a month, okay? And you're able to generate a passive income of £500 or dollars a month. And if you've got $5,000 or £5,000 of assets, and you divide that by your living expenses, which is $4,000 minus the passive income of £500, that's going to give you about 1.4 months. That means you can live for 1.4 months without having to change your lifestyle in some way. Cancel the Sky subscription and have a rethink, right? Now, the more knowledge you gain and the more you can serve people and the more frequent you can serve people, and you can reach people with a greater income and you can still serve them and enhance their life, and they can give you, fair exchange for that services, you can generate more of a passive income. Or you could learn to trade and speculate on the currency markets, which we do a very good job of teaching. Trading, that's a semi-passive income. And once you've generated more, the more that number gets closer to your expenses, the wealth, the financial independence formula becomes infinity, because you can't divide a number by 0. It becomes infinity. So let's see what happens when that passive income or semi-passive income reaches a level of your expenses. So let's say we've got £5,000 or $5,000 of assets, and your living expenses are 4,000, and you've managed to raise a passive or semi-passive income of 3,999. That's it, 3,999, which is quite easily doable through passive income, semi-passive income, if you put in the knowledge and you learn and you create a decent product, right? 3,999 per month, and you've got living expenses of 4,000. So we take the assets, 5,000, we divide it by 1, which is the calculation on the other side, and that gives you 5,000 months. 5,000 months. Financial independence. That's stage 1 of financial independence. That means you can live for 5,000 months with 5 grand of assets, generating a £3,999 or dollar passive or semi-passive income, with $4,000 or £4,000 living expenses. Of course, if your living expenses are lower, then it's going to be easier, right? Net worth isn't the be all and end all. It's all about your financial independence and educating yourself on how you can use your money better. That's why Mel B has just blown $38 million. That's why many people, Tyson did the same, lottery winners do the same. They get the money, they give it away, and they repel it, rather than understand how to use money and let money work for you. So if you go and apply those 2 formulas and have a think about those 2 formulas, I guarantee it will change your life, your way you think about things. And stick around for much more. I'm going to talk a bit more about stage 2 financial independence, which is what you've done for stage 1, and you've got that working, and we're going to talk about automation as well. There's a way you can actually siphon off parts of that to build up equity for the longer term phase 2 financial independence or financial freedom. So stick around for that. With that said, just want to wish everyone a happy Independence Day, and I'm gonna sign off and celebrate my independence by relaxing. It's a lovely day, so till next time guys, speak to you then.